Most self-employed people don't realize that they need an LLC. And then those that do set them up, over half do it wrong. So you have asked and I'm delivering. Today is the day that we are breaking down step by step on how to set up your own LLC so that you can start acting like a real business owner. Plus, you get to write off a whole lot on your taxes when you have an LLC. So you're gonna want to do this. Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Carys, and this is where we talk about how to elevate your life, unlock your full potential, and become the highest and best version of yourself. Today, we're in the world of business and we're talking about forming your own LLC. Now, if you've heard about an LLC, but you don't even know what it is, then don't worry, let me explain. LLC stands for Limited Liability Company. What this means is that it separates your personal assets from your business assets. It protects you, what you have, what you own, from liability of any business debts, lawsuits, and other financial obligations that have been incurred by your company. I'm actually establishing a new LLC, so it is the perfect time to walk through for you to follow along of me setting it up with Tailor Brands. Whether you are a realtor, because I know a lot of real estate people follow this channel, a small business owner, or maybe you have a side hustle that you want to establish, this is the video that you can watch where it doesn't matter what state you're in, what business you're in, whether it's product-based, service-based, what industry you're in, what state you're in. This video will cover it all. Now, before we dive into my computer, I want to share with you 3 reasons as to why I use Tailor Brands to form my LLC. Because I have used a couple of other companies, so I do have the ability to compare my experience. Number 1, their platform is easy to use and not confusing at all, which you will see when we get in my computer. It is step by step and they don't use any of the legal jargon that tends to confuse most people. Me too. Number 2, if you know me and you've watched my videos, you know I'm all about personal branding and how important it is. And unlike other LLC formation services, Tailor Brands actually helps you with websites, logos, domains, business cards, professional emails, all of it, so that you can then launch your business fully branded. And number 3, they help you get set up with the not so fun side of business. Your business bank account, taxes, accounting, permits, you know, those things, yeah. They also have an amazing dashboard that I will show you that helps you keep track of everything going on. I genuinely love using Tailor Brands, and so it excites me to say that they are actually sponsoring today's video. So thank you and big shout out to Tailor Brands. And if you want to check them out and follow along to form your LLC, I will leave a link in the description below. All right. Let's set up this LLC. All right, everyone, we are now in my computer, so let's get started. Now, the first step is asking where your LLC is going to be formed. For me, I am in Florida. Florida is a great place to get your LLC because you can actually form it in a state that you are not in. Next step is choosing your name. And this doesn't have to be your client-facing name or your customer-facing name. However, of course, if you have a product-based business or a brand that you want to call it, then that will be what you will choose. For me, because I'm not putting my name out in the public right now, I'm just going to put my full name. And then you check the availability to make sure it is actually available in your state. Mine is, because there's not many Caryses around here, let alone many Carys Cacheros. So we're going to move on to the next step. Now, this part basically is asking you what stage of your business that you are in, because it is going to tailor, pun intended, the next steps around what you choose here. So I'm putting, let's do about to launch. And then here, we're going to keep it as soon as possible because we're not procrastinating. We're rolling straight into it. The next step is putting down what industry you are in. Now, I know a lot of people who follow this channel are in the real estate industry, so you will add that here. For some people, it could be marketing, it could be physical goods, it could be pressure washing, it could be anything. Now, the great part about this is that it is going to decipher what paperwork actually you need based on what industry you place that you are in here. So I'm going to put business support services. And then here, professional services. Of course, if you are doing physical products, that will be what you would choose. Now, are you planning to hire employees in the upcoming year? If you aren't too sure, put not sure, because it's going to have some good information that you're going to want in the upcoming steps. However, if you plan on being solo, if you think that you're not going to be hiring anyone, then you click no and it won't give you those upcoming steps. Next, annual goal, more than 80,000. This step here is where you plan on operating from. Now I'm going to put the zip code here in Florida in my area. You choose of where you want to, and then where will you serve the customers? For example, if you are a realtor who is watching this, then you are going to choose the on-the-go one. See, it says right here, real estate agent, because a lot of you technically are not bound to an office every single day, and then you're not fully online. So you're going to be on the go. For me, I'm putting online here. If you are someone who has a product-based business as a retail shop, you'll choose brick and mortar. Okay, now some of the exciting things. What else are you planning to do for your business? So like I said before, Tailor Brands doesn't just help you form an LLC. It also helps you with logos, domains, trademarks, EIN, which we'll get into soon, taxes, accounting, all of that good stuff. So we are going to choose here, logo, domain. We're going to do a website, and then we're going to do an EIN as well, because when we talk about this in a minute, an EIN basically is like a social security number for your business. But what's great about an EIN is that it allows you to open a business bank account, which is something that I'm going to be doing for this LLC. So we're going to check that. Next is your checklist. So this is where you want to write down anything that you've already done, so they don't then double down on things that you've already got checked off your list. So anything that you've already done on here, this is where you're going to be checking it off. How did you discover Tailor Brands? We're going to put YouTube. Now, this is something that is very exciting. Tailor Brands actually offer a 12-week coaching program for free. This is an on-demand course, so you can watch it in your own time, but it goes over so much in-depth information that you should know. It helps you with compliance, with marketing, launching, growing your business, all of that good stuff. So I'm going to be joining this, and you should too. Now here we are going to be adding in our contact information. Our next step is about the EIN. Now, this is employer identification number. Like I said, it's like a social security number, but for your business. It's established by the IRS so that they can identify your business for taxes. Now, something that you will need an EIN for is if you plan on opening a business bank account, which I highly recommend, and also hiring employees as well. Because I plan on doing definitely the business bank account and maybe even employees, I'm going to have Tailor Brands get me my EIN. You can do it yourself, but trust me, you don't want to. Done it before, not fun. It's an extra $99, but trust me, it's worth every penny. All right, a registered agent. And this is something that confused me a lot before I started using Tailor Brands. A registered agent is basically a person or a business that is available during business hours to handle all the documents for your business. You have to have a registered agent designated to you. Now, for some people, they will choose to put themselves. The thing that personally I don't like about this is that if you choose to have yourself as a designated agent, your address will be public for everybody to see. I don't want my address to be broadcasted everywhere. So I'm using Tailor Brands to designate my registered agent. And then it also gives a formal address to my business that it's not my home address, which tends to make your business seem more legitimate as well to customers and clients. Next, annual compliance. Now, like I said, there's a lot of not fun parts about having an LLC, and one of those is making sure you're up to date with all of your taxes and your report filing and all of that. The great part is that you don't have to be the one who takes care of it. You can choose to have Tailor Brands take that off your plate. For me, I'd rather pay the money than probably forget half the things that I need to do. And so I'm going to be choosing them to do this. Like it says here, the annual compliance makes sure that your business, your LLC, is in good standing, because if it is not, you are subject to fines and penalties. This is an extra $199, but I will tell you right now, those fines and penalties are a lot higher. So yes, I'm going to be doing this. Okay, one of the more fun parts, your branding toolkit. Domain, logos, website, business cards, all of these fun things. These are in your branding toolkit that you can have them take care of. If you are someone who isn't too sure about how to create a brand for your business, I highly recommend doing this. You have a brand, whether you like it or not. So whether you are already in business and maybe you need a revamping, or you're just starting your business and you need your brand ready to launch, this is something you're going to want to do. Now, this is already included in the Elite package, which we'll get into soon, which I'm going to be doing anyway, and it's included in that package. Next, skipping the line. If you need your LLC to be expedited, you can pay $49 extra and it will be done in just 2 days. If it's not that much of a worry, you can wait usually about 14 days for what it's taking here. You can wait. For me, it's not massively urgent, so I'm going to choose to wait the 2 weeks. However, if you're someone who does have a deadline, pay for the expedited. Okay, your operating agreement. To summarize what this is, it is how your LLC is ran, the roles within it, and the duties that need to be done. It is a formal way to define what the structure of your business is and the guidelines. Now, some people will choose to have something drafted by themselves. Some people would choose a lawyer to do it. For me, it's $29. Yeah, I'm going to get it taken care of. A formation kit. Now, instead of you having to print out all of your documents and put them into a folder, you can have it all done for you. For me, I'm definitely doing this because I hate printing things. And also, I am very type A and I like things to be organized correctly. And so I'm going to choose this to get this done. It is up to you. If you don't want it professionally done, that's your call. But it's basically going to make all of your documents look more professional, put them on a binder with all of your forms and your operating agreement and all of that. Almost done. Next one is basically any updates or notifications about your business. This is something you would definitely want to get notified on. So if anything happens, Tailor Brands offers completely free of charge for you to get updates on any status changes, any updates, anything like that. So you should definitely choose to get notified so you can keep track of all things in your process. Last but not least is the pricing plan. Now, you will always pay for your state filing fee. That is a non-negotiable. No matter where you are, you're going to have a filing fee. That is with the state. These 3 options here are basically going to be what you choose to do with Tailor Brands. Now, as you can see here on the light option, it's $0, which means the only thing that you need to pay is your state filing fee, and then anything that you may have chose in the questionnaire previously. So in all 3 of these plans, you get to form your LLC in your state, you get to process in 14 business days, you get the invoicing and the bookkeeping trial, you get the business coaching program. The essential program is $199 per year. The elite program is $249. You can see down the bottom here what the difference is. So comparing to this one, you'll be able to see that you get the expedited option, which means you get it in 2 business days. You get the annual compliance, you get the operating agreement, you get still the invoicing trial and the business coaching program. Then if you choose to do the elite plan for $249 a year, you get all of the online business brands and tools as well. All right, and this is your beautiful dashboard to keep a track of everything. As you can see here on the left-hand side, it gives you easy access to all of the things that you need: logos, domains, your LLC, your marketing, the EIN, everything else. What I want to show you here first is the LLC part. Now, this is where you're going to be able to keep a track of everything going on for your specific formation. Now, after this, what I'm going to be doing is going and choosing my plan, and then I will then submit everything, and then I will be waiting for my LLC approval. So right here, this is where you're able to keep a track of everything. So as you can see, Carys Cachero, LLC, Florida. Once I continue the application, I do all the payment part of it. I'm then going to be able to see as we're moving along and waiting for that LLC approval. The next thing I want to show you is the invoicing. Now, if you are someone like me and you invoice a lot, this is going to be an area that you're going to be using. You can try it for free here, and then you're going to be able to send out invoices, keep a track of everything, bookkeeping, taxes, and all of that accounting stuff right here. Typically in the past, when I was doing my own invoices, I used to just use Canva and create a document and do it that way. But this is something that I highly recommend doing to keep everything looking professional. The next thing I want to show you is the domains. Now, a domain is basically when you have a business name, it's going to be on the internet, www.domainname, and then typically .com. I own a ridiculous amount of domains because as soon as I think of a business idea and I think of different names, I'll get the domains just to make sure that I have them because I don't want to lose them to somebody else. This right here makes it so easy for you to do it. You just type it in, and then you'll search it, and then you'll be able to get your domain. Now, I can't type mine into here because I actually already own CarysCachero.com, but you'll be able to put whatever your business name is, whatever you want to have in here, and then you will own that. And the great part about that is then also what you can do is you can then get your professional email. So you will have your name or info or contact at yourdomain.com. The last thing that I'm going to show you here is the business banking. Now, I need to wait until I submit my application, get my EIN number for this specific business, and then you are going to be able to open a bank account. Personally, I recommend this highly because when you merge your personal money with your business income, it can get messy. The best thing that you want to do is keep everything as clean as possible and separate them. So once you form your LLC, you can get your EIN number, and then you will be able to apply for a business bank account. And the great part is you can do it all through here. So everything is being kept on one platform. I love it. I'm not going to go into every single one of these tabs on the dashboard. However, as you can see, you've got all that you need on here. Graphic design, marketing, websites, your taxes and accounting, even your trademark as well. If you want to trademark the name, that makes it basically owned by you in all 50 states. Licenses, you got print store. I mean, there is everything you need inside this one platform, which is something that I love because in past experiences, I've had all of my things in different places. One company for an LLC, one company for a trademark. I'm going to the state to get my EIN. I mean, it was all over the place. And so then I started using Tailor Brands and it changed the game. As you have just seen, Tailor Brands not only has everything for you to set up your LLC and your business, but also to create a full brand around it. I hope this video is helpful for you, and if you want to set up your LLC, there's a link in the description below to form it with Tailor Brands, and then you can rewatch this video and follow along step by step. This is the year of successful businesses. I can feel it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.